What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode on the Strictly Bball YouTube channel. Today we're going to be bringing you guys a little bit of a different type of video.
Joe and I are going to be looking at the ESPN release of their top 74 players. Let's get right into it. All right, guys, we just pulled up the page right now. Scrolling down. Okay, it looks like it's going to be broken into three different segments. Okay, so obviously we're going to start at the bottom, 74 to 41.
Let's take a look.
Let's take a look. At number 74, we got Artis Gilmore.
Okay.
I mean, it's kind of hard to base our decision when we haven't seen the full list, but Artis Gilmore is a very solid player. Former
18
MVP.
and 12.
18 and 12. Okay.
73, Dikembe Mutombo, top 3 defender of all time. Mm-hmm. Very, very different players in the first two. What do you think?
Dikembe is a very elite defensive player. He's a solid shot blocker, almost averaging 3, one defensive player of the year, but I mean, I'd maybe put Artis Gilmore above him, but who knows?
Yeah, I don't have an issue with that yet.
72, Damian Lillard.
First current player on the list.
I would say he's the best point guard this season with Steph Curry out with injury. 71, we got Bob Lanier.
Don't really have anything to say about that.
Don't really have anything to say. Very solid player.
Don't know much about him. I could be underrating him, but yeah, 20 and 10 player.
Okay, 70, we got Tony Parker. Okay.
That's our first. We compare him and Dame Lillard.
Okay.
I mean, I would say, in terms of those two guys, I don't have an issue with Tony being above Damian Lillard.
I don't either. I mean, Tony Parker obviously has a better resume. You could make the argument that Damian Lillard's the better player, but I mean, the statistics we're looking at right here are just his overall career play, all his career points per game and assists per game. We're not really looking at the playoffs, the finals, the more in-depth statistics.
Yeah. Dame Lillard had a couple of great shots, but those were all in first or second round of the playoffs.
For sure. One of the most clutch players of all time. 69, we got Bernard King.
Here's a player I think could be a lot higher if it wasn't for his best season in the NBA is averaging, I mean, it says here 33 points per game, and he ended up getting injured that year.
It's going to be interesting to see. He's probably pretty low on this list, but
one of the best scorers in his prime. Honestly.
Pete Maravich, okay. I would definitely put Pistol Pete above him. I mean, he kind of had a shorter
Pistol
NBA
Pete
career.
at 68 is...
Yeah, I said it's low. It's low.
That's low for me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah. We'll see who's above him. Obviously, there's a lot of great players in NBA history, but Pete's definitely a guy, if he had the three-point line for his whole career, he'd be a lot higher. He was way ahead of his time.
For sure. 67, we got Alex English. Okay. I would honestly put Bernard King above him, but Alex English is extremely underappreciated, great score. He's the best Nugget of all time. What else is there to be said?
66, Dave Cowens. Another great Celtics player, but don't really have much to say there. Kind of bridged the gap. He was an MVP.
I mean, he did average 18 and 14 on his career.
Yeah.
He's a former
great
MVP, great player. Ahead of his time era.
Pau Gasol's a little bit different there. He's more of a sidekick, but he was a great one at that.
Mm-hmm. Great sidekick for Kobe. Very solid player. I feel like he deserves to be on this list. 65. I'd say that's fair. 64, Earl of Pearl Monroe. Arguably the best Knick of all time. I would put Patrick Ewing or Willis Reed above him, but he helped lead them to one of their championships. Very solid player. Deserves to be on this list. Alonzo Mourning at 63. What do you think about this?
I don't know. He must be a little bit underrated for me because I didn't think I would be seeing Alonzo Mourning on this list.
I mean, I kind of see him as like a Dikembe type player. I guess he did
more scoring.
He's a better scorer.
I would compare him to Dwight Howard in terms of 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. Mm-hmm. Dwight probably won 2 or 3 Defensive Player of the Years. I'm pretty sure. Okay. I'll be interested to see if we see Dwight on this list. I don't think we will, so I don't know. I think maybe Alonzo Mourning is a little too high for me.
Yeah, I'd say he's a little too high for me as well. 62, best rebounder of all time, Dennis Rodman. Averaged 13 rebounds per game on his career. He was a very solid contributor to the Bad Boy Pistons and the Bulls dynasty.
If you haven't watched the Rodman documentary, not The Last Dance, but the Rodman documentary, it is absolutely amazing. He is such an intriguing person, and I think he definitely deserves to be 62.
For sure, definitely. I think that's a fair
61,
spot.
another kind of a glue guy on championship team, Robert Parish.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, definitely. I feel like he definitely deserves to be on this list. I'd maybe put some of the previous. He's a little high for me. I'd maybe put some of the previous centers mentioned above him, but I definitely think he should be on this list. 60, Willis Reed. I definitely would put Willis Reed above everyone else. I think he's the best Knick of all time. He averaged 19 and 13 on his career, former MVP and Finals MVP. Very solid player, extremely underappreciated. 59, Bob Mcadoo. I mean, ooh.
This is something I glanced at this before. 32 and 14.
That's incredible.
In 1 year.
He was second behind Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I mean, obviously Kareem's going to be above him, but being behind Kareem, averaging 32 and 14, that's incredible. Didn't he win? He was the regular season MVP. Okay.
Yeah, those are rare numbers for sure.
Definitely deserves to be that high. I would say so.
58.
Manu Ginobili. Okay. I'd put Manu there. Again, we're looking at the more so generic points per game, more generic statistics, points per game, rebounds per game, assists per game. But that doesn't tell the full truth. I definitely think Ginobili should be there. One of the greatest six men of all time. Big contributor to the Spurs dynasty.
Yeah.
57. Clyde the Glide.
Seems low for me.
Yeah. I mean, that
seems low for me.
Yeah. I mean, that seems kind of low for me. It's going to be interesting to see the players they put above him, but
hopefully, yeah, we'll have some good comparisons here, I'm sure.
Okay, Ray Allen, no, I'm putting Clyde above him. Ray Allen, guys, I would say Ray Allen has a better resume for sure. And Ray Allen's the second best shooter of all time, but I mean, it's a tough comparison between the two. I would say Clyde's a better scorer, obviously.
Clyde's definitely a better number one guy. I mean, Ray was kind of a number one guy for a little bit of time in his early years, and he definitely fit in better as a guy who was a three-point shooter on those championship teams. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm going to put Clyde above him. Clyde had the unfair comparison with MJ over the entirety of his career. Mm-hmm. Vince Carter, Clyde Drexler above Vince, too, for me.
I would have to agree with you.
I mean, unless you're really valuing
if we're looking at longevity.
Yeah.
I mean, Vince is probably going to have... Well, I mean, he's the only player to play in, 3 decades?
Yeah.
Three separate decades, excuse me. So that's incredible. The longevity is absolutely ridiculous. He's going to... I think this is going to be his last season. Sadly, it was cut short, or might be cut short with this pandemic. But yeah, Vince definitely deserves to be on this list, but I'd put probably Clyde above him.
So this next one,
Paul Pierce.
I'm putting Paul Pierce above Clyde, Vince, and Ray. So this one I agree with.
I think he was the number 1 or number 2 contributor to the Celtics championship, and I mean Ray Allen. This is definitely why I would put him above Ray Allen.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. I think he deserves to be there. Gary the Glove. Okay. The only
point guard to win Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, only point guard to win Defensive Player of the Year. Solid defender. It's Gary the Glove. Definitely deserves to be on this list. 53. Too high, too low? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a hard one.
52, T-Mac.
Another hard one here.
His career was kind of derailed with injuries, but...
I have no issues with this.
I don't have issues with it
I think he could have been top 25 player talent-wise.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Kobe said he was the hardest player to defend. He averaged, 26 and 4 in his career. He's a very solid player. I love T-Mac, one of my favorite players, and the best 2K card. 51, James Worthy. Okay, for sure.
Game James.
Big. What'd you say?
Big Game James.
Yeah, okay.
Seriously.
He deserves to be a 51 for sure.
Yeah,
I'm not saying he deserves a spot, is what I'm saying. Maybe not 51, maybe a little higher, but he is definitely deserving in the top 74. What I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Oh, he did earn a Finals MVP? Okay. And it was one of 3 championships. Okay, cool. Wes Unseld for sure.
I love Wes Unseld.
The little big man, but he was an extreme. Didn't he help win he 4 finals appearances, delivered the only championship to Washington. Very underappreciated, very solid center. Him and Elvin Hayes. I think Elvin Hayes should be on this list.
Yeah, he will be. He'll be higher.
Yeah. 49, sure. Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller should definitely be on this list.
Oh yeah,
one of the best shooters of all time. You could argue top 3, but I would say he's top 4. But he's
better scorer than Ray Allen for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely putting him there. Bill Walton. I definitely think Bill Walton is an extremely underappreciated big man.
Yeah, another injury guy. Another injury guy there.
Yeah.
13 points per game does not do him justice. Mm-hmm. He was an MVP player, and
for sure.
I guess the 13 probably comes from he definitely tried to make a comeback. He did make a comeback with the Celtics, and his points per game are a lot lower. But yeah, he's one of the best centers of all time.
Yeah. Iceman, George Gervin.
No issues there. Amazing scorer.
We're just going to go past that. Dominique. That might be a little low for me.
A little low.
The human highlight reel.
More than a dunker. He was a pure
much
scorer.
More than a dunker.
He was a pure
tremendous
scorer.
One of the arguably the most athletic players the NBA has ever seen. I mean, there's Michael Jordan, obviously, but super athletic. He was ahead of his era for sure. 45, Anthony Davis. I mean, it's kind of hard.
It seems a little bit high.
Seems a little bit high. I don't know. He's such a...
It's hard to pinpoint where the current guys should go.
Yeah, he's such a well-established modern-day big man, being able to space the floor. He's an elite defensive player as well. I mean, maybe at the end of his career, he deserves to be here.
He will deserve this spot and higher if he wins a championship, which I'm sure he will.
Yeah.
But right now, I mean, he's only played 8 seasons in the league and hasn't really done much in the playoffs. So... he's probably done the least amount in the playoffs out of any of the rest of these guys.
For sure. I mean, he was on the Pelicans, which he had a little help, but I mean, it's really hard.
Hard
it's
to
really
compare,
hard
especially
to
with like a guy like Elvin Hayes.
Elvin Hayes
should definitely be above him.
For sure.
No issues with that.
No issues with that. I think we should move on. Rick Barry, okay, another incredible scorer.
Started off in the ABA. Great scorer.
Known for his underhand free throw. Yeah.
No issues necessarily there.
Russell Westbrook.
Another current guy.
I mean, I think Russell Westbrook is extremely underappreciated and underrated. Averaged a triple-double for 3 straight seasons. He's incredible, and I feel like he doesn't get as much credit as he deserves.
One of the best statistical players in NBA history.
For sure.
I just wonder, I wonder if Westbrook can be the point guard on a championship team.
Because he could be, but are you saying the number one? Are you saying the number one?
Even just a point guard on a championship. I mean, obviously, if you put the enough guys around him, I
think they would have won in 2016.
Okay.
If they beat the Warriors and didn't blow their 3-1 lead.
KD's a guy that was definitely good around
I definitely think they would have won in 2016. Okay, we'll move on. Bob Cousy. Okay. I don't feel like there's not a lot to be said with Cousy.
Haven't really watched any Cousy film.
With the first 6 of their 11 championships.
That's an early player.
Okay, we're done with this, so we're going to back out and go to the next little chunk.
Yeah, so far, I mean, 70 through 40 is
I already
saw
a 10, Shaq. Okay, we're going to ignore that. We're going to ignore that.
So far...
Did I do it right?
We've had a couple ones where we put a guy higher or lower.
D Wade, okay.
This is where it'll get interesting.
Chris Paul.
Chris Paul is definitely above Russell Westbrook. He is definitely above Russell Westbrook.
On his career. Yeah, for sure. One of the most underappreciated players of all time. Again.
Definitely a top 10 point guard. Yeah. There's no debate there.
Yeah. We're just going to move on.
Keep going. Let's see another point guard. Walt Frazier.
39, Walt Frazier.
It's so hard to compare different eras, but...
I mean, he helped lead the Knicks to a title.
He was a defensive player of the year as well, I'm pretty sure.
I thought you said Gary the Glove was the only one with the defensive player of the year.
Oh, yeah.
Well, are you saying... Well,
he was a great defender. He was a great defender.
Okay. 38, Bob Pettit. Another extremely underappreciated player. I mean, he was in one of the earlier eras. It's hard to look, but MVP. We're just going to move on. Patrick Ewing. I would put Willis Reed above him.
Really?
Honestly. Yeah. Well, I guess as a player, if we're talking as a player, I definitely would put Patrick Ewing above him, but I think Willis Reed has contributed more to the Knicks franchise. But as a player, I would put Patrick Ewing here. Now that I'm thinking,
37,
I'd put him here. I'd put him here for sure. Kevin Mchale
seems
best player from Minnesota, born and raised. I mean, he
seems a little bit high,
Bird, but
seems a little bit high.
It's tough. Played 13 seasons with the Celtics.
Yeah, I mean, he ended up moving to the bench and was great in that role as well. But no, I mean, I can't say he doesn't deserve that spot. It just feels a little bit high for me.
Okay, I like that.
Jason Kidd. I'm gonna put Chris Paul above Jason Kidd.
I probably would too. I mean, he had a big time period, or like it was like an okay time period where he was super elite and he helped lead the Nets like decently far in the playoffs. But
I'm putting Chris Paul. Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. It's a tough one. I think
it's not tough for me. I'm putting Chris Paul.
Joe's putting Chris Paul.
Let me know what you guys think. But I'm putting Chris Paul.
George Mikan 34, definitely deserving on this list.
Seems a little low.
Yeah, I could definitely see him. Seems pretty low. I mean, he played in an earlier era.
Early.
Such an early era, so it's really hard to compare. It's kind of difficult, so we'll just move on. John Havlicek.
Underappreciated player. This is too low for me. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. This is too low for me.
Best 6 men of all time. Joe did a TikTok on that.
This is way too low for me. I'd see him more in the mid-20s. I mean, if I were to really break it down, I feel like he'd be in the mid-20s for me.
Okay. Extremely underappreciated player. We'll just move on. James Harden. I'd put Harden above him. MVP. Regular season MVP. I mean, averaging these numbers here, but I mean, he's averaging 34, 7, and 8. We're in the prime of Harden.
I don't know if I would put Harden above Havlicek. I don't know if I would.
As a player, I mean, Havlicek is probably going to end his career with a better resume, but...
Yeah, but...
I think Harden's a better player than Havlicek.
But part of it is
Harden is
proving
arguably,
you can do it in the biggest
Harden
stage.
is arguably the best shot creator in NBA history.
Yeah.
You could say that.
For sure.
And I think his ability to score off the dribble and his... I don't know.
The reason that championships are valued for a lot of people, and it's something that you have to look at, not the only thing, of course, but proving you can do it at the biggest stage is important. And James, again, another current player whose career is not over with. But I would love to see Harden in a just super intense 7-game final series and see what he can do.
I would too. I for sure would too. 31, Isiah Thomas. It's kind of low.
Low for me.
Isiah Thomas
way too low for me.
He's a top 5 point guard in NBA history in my book.
He's top 3 for me.
He's top 3 for you? I have not seen...
fourth. I'd put him fourth.
I have not seen Nash on this list. I don't think... Nash is not better than Isiah Thomas. I think Nash shouldn't have won his MVPs. Nash is a very solid player, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of amping over Steve Nash. Isiah Thomas is a better player than Steve Nash.
For quick point guard list, I'd go Magic Curry, and then Oscar Robertson, then Isiah Thomas.
I'd go John Stockton, then Isiah Thomas. That's what I would go. That's what I would go. And Steve Nash, fitting Steve
30,
Nash.
Okay.
I disagree. We're just going to move. We kind of
It's only one spot away, but still,
I disagree.
They had to have compared those two guys, and I think they made the wrong choice.
I think they made the wrong choice, too. AI.
28 players better than AI.
I don't know about that. AI is extremely underrated as well. Obviously, he doesn't have any championships. But
I don't know about underrated, but
I think he's
better
underrated.
Than this.
I think he's underrated.
Better than this.
Better than this, for sure. I personally think he's underrated.
Look back. I don't know the exact
year. Look back at the team he had to play with.
Yeah, he played with a terrible team.
It puts into perspective of how good Allen Iverson truly was.
During this quarantine, I watched one game in particular. The game he stepped over Tyronn Lue.
Incredible.
If you look at the actual game, I didn't know what game that really happened in until I looked into it more.
It was in 01, right?
01 finals.
Yeah.
They lost the game.
Yeah.
They lost the series. I don't know if they lost. Did they lose the game?
I don't know, but too sure.
But AI dropped 50 points, and against Kobe, it's absolutely insane to watch.
Yeah,
his teammates were terrible.
Trash throughout the whole course of his career. Terrible. I guess they were kind of better, like eventually with like the Nuggets, but that's when he wasn't in his prime. Yeah. You know what I mean? John Stockton. Okay, I think he deserves to be above.
Yeah, above Nash for sure. For me, I'm putting Isiah Thomas above him, but.
He's the all-time leader in steals and assists. Very underappreciated point guard in my opinion. Glad he's 28 on this list. Giannis. It's tough. It's tough
Giannis
to do it again.
Yeah, but Giannis is going to skyrocket.
Giannis is going to skyrocket. I think he's going to win back-to-back MVPs. I don't think they're going to win the championship this year if the season continues. But I feel like there's not enough playoff experience with the Bucks compared to LeBron James leading the Lakers. And I feel like the Bucks are gonna make it to the finals, but come finals, I think the Lakers are gonna pull out.
Regardless, Giannis will skyrocket. I think he'll be top 10 on this list eventually.
Yeah. Moving on, D Wade, okay, maybe a little low, but I think because I personally think D Wade's the third best shooting guard of all time, behind Kobe and MJ.
I don't think it's low though. I don't think it's low.
I mean, we're getting into the top 25, so that's where it's like. Okay, Kawhi Leonard though.
25.
2 times final MVP.
I'm not putting Kawhi 25.
Yeah, I'm honestly going to put Wade over him right now. Maybe when his career's done, Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, for sure, yeah, but not right now.
Not right now.
One of the best runs personally, one of the best runs I've ever seen.
Yep.
You can throw LeBron, you can throw Dirk in there for me, but I'm putting Wade over Kawhi.
I'll put Wade over
Keep going.
Too. Let's keep going. All right, the Admiral.
No issues there.
The Admiral, no issues. I say we just... Okay, Charles Barkley. I think he's the 5th best power forward of all time.
He is.
And the other 4 we haven't seen, so I'm very glad. 23. I think Chuck deserves to be in the top 25.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay, we're in agreement. Elgin Baylor. Extremely underappreciated.
He's definitely deserving of this
He's deserving of this for sure. Holy, average 27
a game.
14.
Yeah.
Whoa. Look at this. He was one of the most prolific scorers in the NBA, peaking at 38.3 points per game. That's incredible. Yeah. He's extremely underappreciated, one of the best scorers the NBA has ever seen.
Top
21 Scottie Pippen.
That's a good comparison.
I like it.
That's a good comparison.
I like it for sure.
Because those are 2 small forwards that are top 5 small forwards of all time for sure.
I would put Pippen over him if I'm being honest with you. If you look who's the better player, Scottie Pippen has a better resume, but it's a toss
similar
between
players.
Who's the better player.
Yeah, similar.
Elgin Baylor's probably a better scorer. Scottie Pippen's a better defensive player.
Yeah.
I think that one's up for discussion, but
No issues there, but definitely up for discussion.
Okay.
20 kg.
KG. He's in the top 20.
I don't know.
He's my third best power forward of all time. I think he should be higher than Karl Malone. I think KG is a better player than Karl Malone. So with that being said,
that's no doubt.
Because Karl Malone's definitely going to be in the top 20.
Yeah.
So I think Kevin Garnett should be above him.
Yeah.
Okay.
KG should be higher than. Maybe not Dirk. Keep going.
How incredible he was.
Dirk. Okay.
But I mean, I'm not putting Karl Malone over
Dirk and KG.
Hell no. We'll just move on. Moses Malone. He deserves to be there.
Oh yeah.
Deserves to be there for sure. Another extremely underappreciated player.
My own opinion is that Moses is the better. I feel like we're just hating on Karl Malone right now, but I think Moses is the best Malone.
Oh, I do too, for sure. He's so underappreciated. I mean, I think Karl Malone. Yeah, there's Karl Malone.
He was. Hold on, go back up. 3-time NBA MVP.
Moses Malone's a 3-time.
Karl Malone did not sniff 3 MVPs.
No. I mean, and here we are with Karl Malone. I mean, the statistics don't say everything. I mean, obviously, he's the best scorer out of them.
He played forever. Maybe not even the best scorer.
Yeah, I mean,
He just played forever.
I'm not putting Karl Malone at 17.
I'd put him below the last 3 guys.
He's my 4th best power forward of all time.
Yeah.
I'm putting Tim Duncan, Dirk, and KG above Karl Malone.
Yeah.
And you are too, okay.
I think I might put KG above Dirk, but that's just my opinion.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, we agree on that. Jerry West 16, no issues there.
The logo, we'll just keep going. Dr. J, I don't really have an issue here.
No. Would you put him above Pippen and Elgin Baylor?
Yeah.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
The impact he had on his era, definitely I'm putting him above him.
Okay.
Top 15, deserving.
Let's see.
Kevin Durant.
That's hard.
That's tough. I'm putting Kevin Durant over Dr. J, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah. I definitely think the thing is with current players, are they kind of projecting their career, or are they saying if they ended their career right now, where would they be? I mean, Kevin Durant will play out the rest of his career, and if he's healthy, he will definitely be above Dr. J. So I don't have an issue with this.
Okay. Steph Curry. I'm putting him above Kevin Durant. I think Steph Curry is the 2nd best point guard of all time.
I agree.
Best shooter of all time. He changed the NBA completely. I'm putting him over him. Regardless of him not winning a Finals MVP, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm putting Steph Curry above him. We'll continue. Hakeem Olajuwon. Hakeem the Dream. Definitely deserving to be here. Maybe a little higher. I don't know. But, I mean, we are getting into the top 10.
For centers, I know we haven't seen Shaq yet.
He's 10. I saw that he was 10.
Okay.
He's 10.
Would you put Hakeem or Shaq? Who are you taking?
I'm taking Shaq.
I know who I'm taking. I'm taking Hakeem.
You're taking Hakeem.
I'm taking... So Shaq
Hakeem was more skilled.
Yep. And he was also...
Shaq was just more of a dominant force, and I mean, he has more championships.
Hakeem as a defensive player.
Oh my gosh, look at this. A 2-time Finals MVP who averaged 31, 11.
He did it all.
He did do it all. Crazy defender, super skilled.
I'm pretty sure he's...
I'd put him above the Big O.
It's hard to compare.
I mean, we're comparing a point guard and a center.
Yeah,
guys,
but...
I mean,
he was top 10 in steals. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he was top 10 in steals and blocks.
3.4 in blocks per game. That's incredible. We'll just move on.
He's the all-time leader in blocks. So, yeah.
Okay.
I'm putting him above Shaq.
It's a nice stat. We got the Big O getting quadruple teamed. What the heck? Yeah, well deserved.
It's hard for me to decide if Curry has passed up Oscar Robertson, all-time point guards.
I mean, I guess when his career's all said and done, Curry, but like looking at it now, I don't know. I'd put Curry above Oscar Robertson.
I want to too. Now. I mean, Curry's. We've grown up watching Curry, so
that's why it's tough, guys. But I would put Curry above. I'd put Curry above Oscar Robertson.
Okay.
All right.
That's gonna do it for that chunk. Now we're gonna move on.
We're moving on to the top 10, guys. We're moving on to the top 10, and we are back to the page. We already saw who number 10 is. Shaquille O'Neal. Joe, personally, you said you'd put Hakeem.
I'm putting Hakeem over Shaq.
Okay.
I'm all-time centers.
I'm taking Shaq. Taking Shaq. The most dominant force the NBA has ever seen. What is it? 5 or 6-time champion.
No, he did not win 6 championships.
He won 5. I'll look it up. Oops. He has 4. Excuse me. Okay. Regardless,
4-time champion.
3 with the Lakers, 1 with the Heat, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Shaq's in my top 10. Shaq is in my top 10. Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant is definitely in my top
Number
10.
9. For sure, top 10.
That might be a little low for me. I'm a big Kobe fan. Grew up kind of idolizing him. He has the best mentality of all time. 5-time champion.
Number 9.
I don't know.
I think I'd put him 7 or 8.
Let's see who 8 is. Let's just see. Big Tim.
I'm putting Kobe above Timmy D, but
That's tough.
It's
really
tough,
hard to compare them.
It's tough, but
Kobe had more impact on the game than Tim Duncan did. They have the same amount of championships. Two of the most loyal players in NBA history, spending their whole career with one franchise. It's hard to compare two positions like that.
But I am putting Kobe above Timmy
Kobe
D.
above him. Let's see who's next. Larry Bird.
I'm putting Larry above the two guys behind him.
I would say comment below if you would take Larry Bird or Kobe Bryant. That's a tough one. That's honestly a pretty tough one.
That is tough, and I'm putting Larry Bird.
I'll take Larry Bird.
I've been before the quarantine, I would have definitely put Kobe Bryant in my top 5. I actually probably would have put him 5th, but I had never really watched that much Larry Bird highlights, and he was an absolute artist. Mm-hmm. He was just so creative and an inventor on the type of shots that he took. So it was for me, it's hard, but I would put Larry above Kobe.
I probably would too. I haven't watched the most highlights, or a lot of highlights, of Larry Bird, but yeah, I mean, that's one up for debate. I'll leave it to you guys in the comments.
I know a lot of you guys are probably gonna put Kobe in your top 5, which
6
I respect.
Wilt. I would put Wilt above them. I for sure would.
For sure.
I mean,
I don't know
it's
about for sure,
really
but I would.
hard because of the era he played in. Some would even argue that Wilt is the best player of all time. Statistics-wise, Wilt is the best player.
Yeah.
Averaging 30 and 23.
Yeah.
But, I mean, given the era he played in...
He also played, every minute of every game.
That's
imagine Yanis' stats. Giannis' stats would look like that if he played 48 minutes a game.
Yeah. We're moving on. Magic Johnson.
Agreed.
I agree with that.
5 at Magic.
Top 5. Magic is in my top 5. We're just going to move on. I just agree with that. Best point guard of all time right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Easy.
Bill Russell. Joe's high on Bill Russell.
I think Bill Russell is... This is probably one of my most...
the best resume in NBA history.
Probably my most controversial take in this whole video, but I think Bill Russell is the best center of all time.
Averaged 23 rebounds.
Yeah.
Extremely underappreciated. People discredit Bill Russell and his ability just to play basketball. Guys...
He won, and
he was crazy. He was incredible.
He was a winner. He did it in college. He did it in the pros.
Mm-hmm.
And a guy like Wilt was just not the same winner that Bill Russell was.
5-time MVP. 5-time MVP, 11 championships.
He only played 13 seasons.
Come on.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing for me. Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain, you can compare their abilities all day long, but Bill Russell was the ultimate winner.
Okay.
His challenge was every year. Think about this. It is so hard to repeat an NBA championship.
Yeah.
The motivation is less the second time.
Yes. Now
do it again and again 11 times.
I mean, 11 straight.
8 straight, 11 total.
Okay.
He did it 8 in a row. That is the best feat as the best player on 8 consecutive championship teams.
Yeah. He is 11 for 13 on his career seasons played for winning a championship.
And here, Wilt's challenge every year.
Wait, how many Finals MVPs does...
They didn't. I don't think they handed them out.
Okay.
Not to mention...
he probably would have won every single one.
Speaking of not handing them out...
He probably would have won every single one.
Probably. Speaking of not handing them out, they didn't hand out Defensive Player of the Year awards back then.
Oh.
Bill Russell was the best defender in the league almost every year.
Oh, for sure. I wonder how many blocks per game he averaged, but...
They didn't even keep track of blocks, I don't think.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Look, it's not even on there.
It's not even on there. I saw that.
But this is what I was going to say. The difference between Bill Russell and Wilt is that Wilt's challenge every year. One year, Wilt's challenge wasn't to win the championship. It was to average as many assists as he could. He was a stats guy, and I'm taking Bill Russell over Wilt.
Okay. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at 3. I think
no issues there. I would put Bill Russell above him. But that's a very unpopular opinion.
I think Kareem was a better player. Bill Russell has a much better resume, but I think Kareem was a more skilled, better player. That's my opinion.
Yeah, you guys let us know.
2, I'm assuming, is LeBron James. Okay, LeBron James,
and then Michael Jordan,
and then Michael Jordan, obviously.
So
those are the obvious top 2.
We could spend the next 30 minutes talking about that topic, or you could go watch our other YouTube video talking about that exact GOAT debate.
Mm-hmm. So I feel like we'll just leave it to that because there's no reason to just make a big argument when we gave our points as why we think LeBron James is the GOAT. But I think these are the undisputed top 2, or at least. I mean, some people would argue otherwise.
It's not undisputed, but
for most,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a little biased coming from people who grew
biased.
up in the
top
LeBron
2
James.
Players.
But these are the top 2 players in NBA history.
No doubt about it.
Final opinions on this list. Anything else?
It's a group. It's a panel of ESPN experts. There's not going to be too many big mistakes, but there's just certain things that. We would have disagreed with looking back. Mm-hmm. I would have put Pistol Pete higher. Mm-hmm. I would have put
Bernard King, Clyde Drexler.
Clyde Drexler definitely got
Anthony Davis a little lower, Steve Nash a little lower.
Isaiah Thomas should have been higher.
Karl Malone lower.
Yep, and then I would have put KG and Derek over Karl Malone. Moses Malone over Karl Malone. Mm-hmm. And then obviously switch the number 1 and number 2.
And I would agree. I mean, generally speaking, this was a very well put together list. I mean, I feel like a lot of people were giving it. I feel like people were giving it a good amount of hate. But I feel like for the most part,
put together a list of the top 70 players throughout 80 years of play, it's going to be pretty hard.
For the most part, this is a very accurate list.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we could react to this video. I'm glad we could react to this list.
Yeah. Me and Nolan both put together our top 10 list. If you want to take a look at those here.
If you've made it this far in the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. We appreciate all the love we've received on all platforms. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. Peace out, boys.